guys didn't know each other, they were just like good civilians.
No, they just like saw
nice.
this thing that was about to happen and they ran over and
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy. Fucking awesome.
It was cool.
That makes me want to cry.
We drank so much of the $2 beer at this pizzeria in the basement of Penn Station. What a disgust! And this is St. Patrick's Day, and I'm super Irish. Like, this is disgusting. What a disgusting way to get drunk on St. Patrick's Day. But that's what we did. We got on the train, and there were these two African men. They were clearly foreigners, and this other dude on the train started verbally assaulting them, like going after them due to the fact that they were immigrants and they were taking his job, and knew the solution. I knew the solution. This was my duty. I was going to stand up because my stop was coming. I was going to stand up and I was going to slap him in the face. And I was going to run off the train. That would be assault. Don't do that. I stood up and I grabbed him by the scruff of his coat. And he would, the whole while he was screaming, "They're the devil, they're the devil, they're stealing our jobs." And I grabbed him by the scruff of the coat. I was like 18 years old, and he was like 50 years old, and he was screaming, and he smelled so bad. And I grabbed him by the coat, and I said, "Hey! We're on this together, motherfucker!" And I ran off the train. And the two immigrant dudes were laughing hysterically. And they were like speaking in their language, which I didn't know. And they were just like, "That white kid's an idiot." And the dude, the crackhead, was like yelling after me like, "Fuck you, I'll fuck your mom." And I was like, oh my god, what did I just do? But we're all in this together. And I let him know how I felt, and that was it. So that was the first time I was ever drunk on the subway.
That was great.
So I guess it must have been the 2-3, and it was like a Wednesday night. And it was really crowded. My friend and I somehow found a seat, so we sit down, we're really happy. But it's like one of those times where it's just like a wall of people, and everyone's just like standing right in front of you. So I look up, like right here. He's probably like a 5'7" Indian man, in all white, like tennis shirt, tennis shorts, and he had the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. It was like down almost halfway, like almost down to his knee, and it was kind of hard because it was making his left pant leg tight. So I'm clearly mesmerized by this because it's in my face. I was like, I have to document this. Like, this has, no one will believe me, and no one will believe this happened. So I took a picture. Took a picture of it, and the rest of that night, I was like, do you want to see what I saw today on the subway? And no one could believe it. To this day, I don't know if he just had a dildo in his pants. This one isn't as not safe for work, but it was another random night. It was like midnight. Another packed train. And there were all these people. All of a sudden, the crowds part. And I just see Michael Cera's face. And he and I just locked eyes for like 5 minutes. And like people on the trains would like move and everyone would move around, and we'd just come back and it'd be like, "Michael Cera, me and you, sir." And then I got off the train. Never seen him since.
I can take a step back. You know, like when you're on the subway and you see just drunken idiots and you just like fume with like hatred towards them? You just like, you're just like, God, why do you have to be such a drunk asshole on the subway? Like, can't you keep your shit together and just like make the subway less shitty for the rest of us? So you hate those people. Quickly became that person without trying to, but we got on the subway and like just kind of stumbled onto the subway and threw our bikes in the corner and like sat down. I was like hunched over on my bike, and I was in the middle of the winter, so I was wearing like full winter clothes with like big gloves on, and was like hunched over my bike like this, like just trying not to throw up as hard as I could, just like hold it together. Just 45 more minutes on this fucking train and you're home. Eventually, the inevitable happened and just lost it. And just like, just went from here to just like, and like it all came out on the floor. And I got on my gloves and I got on my pants and the best thing about this, that was like, okay, yeah, that's shitty. You're the asshole who just vomited on the train and everybody hates you for it. I'm feeling terrible about it. Not just like physically terrible because I'm wasted, but also like emotionally horrified that I just did that. So I like look up and like look around the train and like lock eyes with the woman who's sitting across from me, and she looks right at me and is like, "It's cool, we've all been there." And I was like, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much.